Hey everyone, it's Julie from ROJ Running. As some of you know, I'm trying to put more video into my posting, so I decided to start with a topic that doesn't involve a lot more research and I'm already an expert on it. What could that be? Myself. And I'm going to start with the three things that come up most in my blogging. 1, how did I start running? 2, how and why did I start this website? And 3, who's this? Well, let's start with 3. This is Emmy award-winning So when you see Emmy, Emily, anything about my puppy, this is what we're talking about right here. Right? What are you doing? And now let's go on to the other 2. I started running in 2007. This was shortly after I had lost almost 50 pounds. By the end of the summer, it was a total of 50 pounds. This was prompted when I had a health fair at the company I was at, and I stepped on the scale to find that at 5'1", I was approaching 200 pounds. The way they did the Biggest Loser competition is that whoever could lose the highest body fat percentage would be the winner. I was at 44% body fat, so I had plenty to lose. I began walking, doing minor exercises like that. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't working out at all. My weight gain has always been, will always be a dietary issue. I was working full-time, going to grad school full-time. Not that this is an excuse, but it's my excuse. I was living basically out of my car, out of boxes and bags. When I stopped eating fast food, I was still eating probably just as much, just not fast food. I lost 20 pounds in a month, I think, or something ridiculous like that, maybe 2 months. I mean, I just bam, dropped the weight when I cut out all fast food that year. And I didn't even plan to go to the Relay for Life event that spring, but there were a couple of my friends and I, and we were bored one night, and we decided to go hang out with some coworkers. When we got there, we just plopped down in some folded chairs and started talking. Not too much time passed before I realized, wow, all these people out there walking and running, they're actually having fun. So I figured, well, I am trying to lose weight, why not walk with them? So I got up and I started walking around and laughing at things I saw. I still have a shirt that says, I do it all day and all night. And on the back it says Relay for Life 2007. I saw shirts about breast cancer awareness, squeeze them if you got them, and all sorts of things like that. But the important thing that happened that night is, after 3 laps, I challenged myself to run a lap, which meant running a quarter of a mile. I thought this was quite the challenge. And embarrassingly enough for myself, it was quite the challenge. And I kept walking, and I looked at luminaries, and they would have the luminaries spell things out like hope or cure. And I was listening to people talk and reading signs. And it occurred to me, I'd never had anything like that happen in my life or to someone close to me. And that being the case, running a quarter of a mile being a huge challenge, I was very, very lucky. And I fell in love with the concept of running for the sake of running that night. I did my little 3-to-1 pattern for 5 hours. And then I laid down, pretty much dry heaved for 2 hours, could barely sleep. This was around 2 to 4 in the morning or 4 to 6 in the morning, something ridiculous like that. I woke up, stood up, and continued walking very little running for about another 2 to 3 hours. I signed up for my first race the next weekend, which I did not know that M and K were different things. I mean, I did, but I didn't. And so my first race was a 5-mile race, and I had no previous running technique, no idea what to do. I showed up in a pair of like swishy, stretchy pants and a t-shirt and some department store sports bra type of deal, and went for it. And I was loving it. And I was in a ton of pain. And the only reason I actually completed that race is because I didn't know how to DNF. If I had known, I would not have finished. So I struggled, and I finished in just over 5 hours, and my mom was standing there, and she was cheering and ringing a cowbell, and I'm crying, and I'm going, Mom, it was the worst idea ever. Ever. And I signed up for another one the next week. And I've been signing up for 1, 2, 5 a weekend pretty much ever since then. And I do pay attention to what the mileage actually will be now. So that is how I got into running.